Okay, first we want to, I've already marked this up, but I'm going to read it again and highlight these again as well in a second. I want to just get rid of these. So it says that this clothing store is going to donate to two different charities. First, they're going to give 6 regular packs and 5 value packs to a homeless shelter. And I'm using red. That gives a total of 247 pair of socks. So we need an equation for that. And if you look here in the red, well, I'm circling with yellow, right? For the homeless shelter, we we got 6 regular. That's why we said 6 regular, and 5 value because we used V for value, and it adds up to 247. So that's why we wrote that first equation in red. The other equation we're going to do is green. You don't have to use the same colors, of course. This charity is a foster kids home. So for the foster kids, we had 5 regular packs and 6 value packs. So it's going to be 5R, there we go, and 6V. And it comes out to 248 socks. That's where we get that second equation. Now let me just erase this part over here. The only thing we really want is the equation. So we need to have the same number here, or doesn't matter, here or here, doesn't matter. I'm going to use the R's. And we need the common multiple, the lowest common multiple of 6 and 5. All right, so it's going to be 30. I'm going to remind you why it's going to be 30. All right. If we write the multiples of 6, I'll do them in red. There's 6, 12, 6 times 3 is 18, and then 24, and then 30, and then 36. You don't have to go too much further, 42. If you write the multiples of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I want to go a little bit further, but we don't really need to because you can see that what they have in common here is 30. 30. Okay? So what we need is for both of those numbers, I'm going to erase that part since this is recording. Go back and play it later if you want to. We need both of those, they're called coefficients, to be 30. And let me get rid of the orange also. Okay. Let's move that down a bit. So what we're going to do, I'm sorry, we need one to be positive 30 and we want the other to be negative 30. So what we'll do, to get a 30 right here, we have to multiply this by 5. To get a negative 30, we're going to have to multiply this by negative 6. I want you to write that down. Tell me when you're ready. Write down those 2 blue numbers that I put there. Okay? And then you probably get you need your calculator in a minute, but we're going to multiply everything inside the blue parentheses times 5. That last part we'll need the calculator for. 5 times 6R, this first part, will give us 30R. This part, 5 times 5V, will give us 25V. And the next part, I need my calculator. 5 times 247 is 1,235. Tell me when you're ready after you wrote that down. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing here. You don't have to draw these lines. First, what's negative 6 times 5R? Isn't it negative 30R? And negative 6 times 6V is negative 36V. And I can't do that in my head, but negative 6 times 248 is negative 1,488. Negative 1,400. I just used my calculator. You can use your phone if you have it. Okay? And now we're going to do some arithmetic. We're just going to add some numbers. I want you to add, remember this is a negative here. What's positive 1235 minus 1488? I can't do that in my head, so 1235 minus 1488. I get negative 253. Okay? And then if we add this, don't we get 25 minus 36 is negative 11, I think? Yeah. Negative 11, right? And here's the negative 11v, sorry. And don't these add up to 0? Let me just cross them off. Look how much easier we have of an equation now. Negative 11v. Don't we just have to divide by negative 11? Yeah, if we divide both of these by negative 11, we're going to get v is equal to 23. V is equal to 23. Okay? Now I have a question. Let me use a different color here. I have a question. Can you tell me what it says in the blue box that I just made? That's equals, by the way, not minus. It says that V is equal to 23, right? What could we write whenever we see the letter V? We could write 23 instead, and we're going to do that. Let's go back to either one of these first equations, the red one or the green. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do the red one, but you could do the green if you want. If we write that red equation, 6r, watch how I write the v. I'm going to put the v in parentheses. And now I'm going to erase the v and replace it with 23. 23. Okay. Then we have to do some arithmetic and rewrite this. This is still 6r. This is 115. And this is still 247. Can you tell me what we have to subtract from both sides? Don't we have to subtract 115 because they added 115? I need a little more room here, so let me do that. So if we subtract, that will give us 247 minus 115, that's 132. And then we divide by 6. Now I know there's a lot of work here, and I can't do that in my head. 132 divided by 6 is 22. So R is equal to 20. What did I just say? 22. Okay. That's an R, not a V. Mine's not very good. Let me make it neater. And if I zoom in, I can do that better. R is 22. There we go. All right. So in other words, remember what we said. R is how much it's in, how many pairs are in a regular. So this is 22, and this one was 23 for the value pack. Okay. All right. Now that's a lot of work. Whoops. I know that's a lot of work and a lot of writing, and it's a little bit fast. I'm gonna see if I can help the other kids that are here right now in just a minute. So I want you to go back. This is going to be on video. I'll put the link on your assignment sheet. Okay. And I don't remember what I'll just call it tutoring example. Okay. When you click on that tutoring example, I want you to stop it. I want you to play it. I want you to stop it. I want you to pause it. I want you to go back and rewind it anytime you forgot how I did something. Okay. You could put a comment in there if you want, like, Mr. Boggs, how did you get that blue number, or how did you get that red equation, and we can do that too. Okay, we can, if you type that in, or you can just ask me. But let me go ahead and get ready to post that. It'll take me about 15 seconds to post it here. Uh huh.